The following is a presentation of ESPN on ABC.
It has been a long spring break for the stars of the Champ Car World Series. 6 weeks, as a matter of fact, but now it's back to business. The drivers, the cars, ready to go racing here in Portland, Oregon. The fourth race of the 2007 Champ Car World Series season is about to unfold at Portland International Raceway. Welcome you to the Pacific Northwest, one of the great road courses in North America, the Mazda Champ Car Grand Prix of Portland, presented by Joe's, round 4 of the 2007 Champ Car World Series season. Hello again, everyone. Great to have you with us. I'm Benjamin. Jan Vikas is alongside, and we're about to write a whole new page of Champ Car World Series history. The first ever standing start in this series is about to unfold today. Jan, what do we see?
I think, first of all, a standing start is more fair than what we have for a rolling start because it's painfully obvious if you jump the start or take advantage. Now consider how important it is. The first driver for the first 3 races who made it to the first turn first went on to win. Sebastian Bourdais only starts third today, so unlike the last 2 races, he may not be leading in that first turn.
And this has not been one of Bourdais' favorite racetracks. He hasn't won here since 2004. He's going for 3 in a row today. Cameron Steele, if Bourdais can close the deal, his Newman Haas-Lanigan team, they're looking at an awfully important milestone.
They certainly are. They're staring down the barrel of their 100th win in Champ Car. 99 they've racked up so far. 25 of those were by Sebastian Bourdais, but Sebastian hasn't had his best weekend so far. Not qualifying the top position. He is in third, and he's even taking it off the tarmac and into the grass. He's not playing golf. He's here to race cars and take that 100th win home. He is not happy. We'll see how he does, but hey, Bill Stevens is also with another driver who's had his share of problems leading up to Portland.
Cameron, being Paul Tracy has not been a lot of fun lately. You remember back in Long Beach, he crashed during practice and injured his back. He missed the race in Houston and hoped to get back into business here in Portland. It hadn't worked out that way. On Friday, hard contact with the wall. They had to bring out the backup car. Then on Saturday, in a driving rain, he spun the car. He starts 13th. The only luck he's had this weekend has been bad luck. Michelle Beisner.
It looks as though all the hard work is starting to pay off for Justin Wilson and his R-Sport team. He took the provisional pole here and has been the man to beat all weekend long. Justin Wilson, though, is no stranger to success here in Portland. In 2005, he took the provisional pole, and he came in second last year. We'll see how the number 9 car fares here today, but right now, let's send it back up to the booth.
So Justin Wilson will start left of your screen in that CDW9 car. Now here's what we'll see. A sequence of lights will appear. They're on a pole over the front straightaway. When the lights go out, it's time for the drivers to drop the hammers, launch those cars, and go racing. We'll have onboard views from Graham Rahal in the MetaZone 2 car. That's the light blue car, top left of your screen. Justin Wilson, CDW9, the red machine on pole, and Neil Johnny in the PKV Red Bull car, car number 21. Moment of drama as the motors come up.
15 seconds, 15 seconds.
The 15-second command has been given. There's Bourdais. He'll start back in the second row. We had a full rain day here yesterday, so second round qualifying a washout. Ready to go at Portland. We are glad to have you with us. Everybody's away cleanly. This should be a good start. Down into 1 on the outside. It's Torcos, but it'll be Wilson. They're 3 wide right behind.
And Sebastian has lost 1 spot.
Couple of cars in the runoff area. Now you can't shortcut that. One of the Forsyth Index cars, that white machine. There's Rahal in the baby blue MetaZone car, starting from 8th here today, and we're on board with Graham Rahal.
There was a lot of concern amongst the drivers about the first standing start. They were very apprehensive, to put it mildly. And what a great day for Champ Car, their first standing start. After all that nervousness, they all got away cleanly. There goes Tracy.
Getting by Rahal, 4th position. Your leader is Justin Wilson on the backstretch.
Justin Wilson, he's streaming away.
Third spot belongs to one of the Team Australia Aussie Vineyards cars. That's the car of Will Power, second in the championship. Bourdais back there in 4th. Your leader is Wilson. Robert Dornbos, the very
black and red car, Alex Tagliani, knowing that they need to make moves soon. Once the tires get up to temperature, once they get into a rhythm, this is a difficult place to pass. If you're going to do it, get after it right away.
Here is Dornbos in that Ozjet black and red car. Kerr is the green and yellow machine of power. Bourdais and the McDonald's Carnival 1, the three-time defending series champ. Here he is trying for the 100th win for his Newman Haas Lanigan race team today. Right now, he is behind Power. Just belongs to Alex Tagliani. In that Lexington Energy car number 8, the R Sports team. Wilson is your leader. Complete lap number 2. Let's have one more look at how they got away.
You can see some people going wide, Neil, Johnny, and look at Power. Will Power, that was a fantastic start, slicing all the way up, getting past Bourdais. Of course, in the green and yellow car, now slots into 3rd.
Now, Power started in 7th. There are the 2 cars. That was his teammate, Simone Pagino, one of the cars that went off through the runoff area. Robert Dornbos in that car number 14, the Minardi USA team. Ozjet is the big sponsor on the side pods, and Dornbos has been very impressive.
He has been very impressive. Remember, he was one of the few drivers that was not nervous at all on the start. He was nervous the first 3 races. It was the first 3 rolling starts he's ever done in his career. He's like, finally I'm back to the kind of start I'm used to.
Dornbos about 2 seconds behind Justin Wilson, who has led from the drop of the, well, you can't really say the drop of the green anymore since the lights went out over the front straightaway, giving us our start here today in Portland. Power, the little wiggle coming off the final turn there. That's Power in the green and yellow car, the Austin Goodyear. A couple of things to set up here, Jan. Traditionally, this has been a 2 pit stop race. We'll run an hour 45, about 100 laps here on a near 2-mile racetrack today. You're expecting 3 stops.
Yes, they're running a little bit less fuel. They've had some changes. Not only have they gone to standing starts, they've gone to a slightly smaller fuel cell. They used to carry 35 gallons. Now they're carrying 32. You used to have to stop here 3 times, but if you really stretched it, you could stop twice. Now it's pretty much, it's going to be 3 times unless there's a lot of yellow.
Will Power there in the Aussie Vineyards car number 5. He won the season opener in Las Vegas, his first career victory in the Champ Car World Series. Sebastian Bourdais came back to win again at Long Beach, then at Houston back in April, then the 6-week layoff. Here's the battle for 3rd between Power and Bourdais. 5th belongs to Alex Tagliani from Canada in that black and red Lexington Energy car. Next in line, Tristan Goldman. K-Bike touch, PKB car number 22. That's the blue and white car you see back there. Tag took a look to the inside of Bourdais as they head to the festival curves.
For Goldman and for Dan Clark just behind him, I guess at least for the moment they get the most improved reward because they somewhat struggled. I mean, apart from fuel strategy, they somewhat struggled for speed in the first 3 races. Paul Tracy, meanwhile, we understand, has gone off track and just rejoined.
So PT lined up 13th today in his return after that injury. He's on the Bridgestone Reds. He got up to 9th on the start and lost.
Yep, just trying to get the power down. Back stepped out. Thankfully, he kept it running. It's a case now where he's going to have to try some different fuel strategy. You know, for him, he's just glad to be back here after an injury in Long Beach. And now he still has a shot. He didn't lose a lap.
I just spoke with Neil Mickelwright, guys, and he said that there's no problem with the car. Everything is fine. And I know after speaking to Paul, he has been a little bit sore over this race weekend. Still focused on going to the front, though.
AT in 15th right now. He's picked up 1 spot. Justin Wilson adding to the lead. 4 seconds is the advantage over Robert Dornbos. And that Ozjet 14, Power, Bourdais, and Tagliani all bunched up. 2nd through 5th, closely contested here. Early and going. The Mazda Champ Car Grand Prix of Portland. This ESPN on ABC presentation of the Mazda Champ Car Grand Prix of Portland, presented by Joe's, brought to you by Bridgestone. For drivers who want to get the most out of their cars, it's Bridgestone or nothing. And Mazda, always the soul of a sports car. Back at Portland International Raceway, 4th race of the 2007 Champ Car World Series. Michael Benjamin, Jan Pincus is alongside. Justin Wilson, the fast qualifier. He is adding to the lead, almost 6 seconds to the good over Robert Dornbos. Jan, this is a great racetrack. It's just about 2 miles in the the far Pacific Northwest. We'll take our satellite look, our zoom in, and we'll take you around Portland International Raceway.
And you can tell by the overhead view, this is a rhythm racetrack. Turn 1, 2, and 3, as we know, is the festival curves. What a great shot for everyone getting through cleanly the first time. But then you get into the rhythm section of the racetrack. This is where Paul Tracy slipped off there in turn number 6, putting the power down a little bit too hard. There you have to keep the momentum up. And here, turn 12, this is all about how quick you can get off and get down the drag strip.
As we have a look at the Team Australia crew on pit road, let's ride here with Neil Johnny on the Red Bull machine. If you want a closer look at Portland International Raceway, take a lap on the edge with Neil as he roars around this 2-mile layout. Log on to our website, champcar.ws, and click on the edge. Johnny back in 9th position right now. This is the backstretch, John. That wall's pretty close there.
Yes, and I think there's no way you can get a better eye view, if you want to call that a driver's perspective. This is right next to Neil Johnny's eye. It's actually next to his visor. You're looking at the exact same view that he has, and of course the reason it moves back and forth, it goes with his helmet. So this gives you the closest perspective. I mean, it feels to me exactly like it was when I was driving. This is absolutely the best seat in the house, and you can tell by the lights on the top of the steering wheel, those are his shift lights. But at the moment, he's more concerned, as you watch the telemetry in the bottom, about 100 miles an hour through some of these sections. 100 down to 66 you saw at some of the smaller sections. But for Neil Johnny, he's got a very busy time at the moment trying to get the car exactly where he wants it.
Now we've got a good battle for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Will Power there in the Aussie Vineyards car, the green and yellow machine. He jumped from 7th to 3rd, and he did a lot of it by being on the Cosworth Power to Pass button. There's an extra 50 horsepower on tap for 60 seconds for each of these Champ Car World Series drivers. He's had 2nd berth. He and Sebastian Bourdais there in the red McDonald's car number 1. They've had quite a tussle going over 3rd spot. You know Bourdais can't be happy being stuck back there at 4th.
He's working hard to get by Will Power. And one of the reasons for that is they are on different tires. You get a good view of it there. One's on blacks and one's on reds. And again, you see Sebastian Bourdais forces his way to the inside, can't quite get into position. And there you can see clearly black sidewall Bridgestones on Will Power, meaning not quite as much grip. The red sidewall, reds as we call them, they have to be used sometime during the race. So theoretically, Sebastian Bourdais should be faster than Power.
I just spoke with Derek Walker, guys, and he said that Will Power's car is much better on the black sidewall tire. I asked him if they were concerned about running the reds. He said, our strategy is to wait until the track comes in. Right now it's a little bit green. They're hoping for more rubber to be put down where the reds will be more effective.
Well, now the green track is because we had so much rain yesterday here. Saturday, the whole section was run in a downpour, basically. It's overcast. We've had a few sprinkles. Yeah, and there's a dark black cloud headed toward the racetrack. That could throw things into a huge schlemazel, if you will, here today if we get a lot of rain.
That would make a big difference. My opinion is you run the red tires early because if you're going to pick up track position, it's going to be when all the cars are close together. You want your fastest tires on first. But I fully understand what Team Australia is trying to do. He probably can get better use of the red tires later, but he's just got to fight for everything it's worth not to lose any spots.
Robert Dornbos, 2nd in the Ozjet 14 car, having a hard time keeping up with the leader, Justin Wilson, Michelle.
Yes, I'm here with team owner Keith Wiggins. Keith, you guys have had a tremendous amount of success this year so far. What do you attribute to that?
Well, I think the team's been fairly competitive since we began, and each year, if you look, apart from 2005 when we had a bit of a glitch, you know, we've progressed every year. And last year was our best year so far, and then this year it's just building on it, consistency. All the crew are the same. We have very good engineers, so it's just the next step. And obviously we've got 2 very good drivers again this year, so that's just, you know, made that last gelling of all the pieces.
Thanks very much.
Robert Dornbos in 2nd. He qualified 2nd here on Prix. Actually, yesterday he picked up that opportunity to start alongside Justin Wilson. His teammate Speedy Dan Clark, who's been really Mr. Excitement in the Champ Car World Series for a year, he's back in 7th. If you want more Champ Car race action, subscribe to Race Director. Go to our website, champcar.ws. 6 different camera angles. You listen to team radios, view live telemetry, and you can do it all from your home computer or one you might borrow from your neighbor if need be. But go to champcar.ws and find out at Portland International Raceway. Sebastian Bourdais, 3 Champ Car World Series crowns in a row in that McDonald's car, the red number 1. Back and forth right now. This is not going to feel strange for him. Winner here in 2004. He struggled in 05 and 06. And right now in 4th. Will Power, that Aussie Vineyards car. Green machine there. Power was the championship leader up until Houston. He's 3 points out of the lead coming in here today. He is up in 3rd spot, but he used a lot of his Cosworth powered gas to do it, Jan. In fact, he burned 27 seconds of that extra 50 horsepower to make that move.
It's a case where he knows he has to use some of the power to pass, which you can watch your favorite driver up here on the top to see how much they have left. And that's what you kind of force yourself into. If you're on the black sidewall tires and you have Sebastian Bourdais behind you on the faster reds, you've got to do it defensively. And here, even more pressure from Sebastian. So Sebastian might run Will Power out of power to pass because Sebastian is really looking racing.
And you know, guys, I talked to Will Power earlier today, and he said this is the kind of thing that he's actually been looking forward to, a head-to-head duel with Sebastian Bourdais. He hopes that at some point he can be compared with Sebastian Bourdais on the talent level. So right now, this duel with Sebastian Bourdais is something he's been looking forward to.
Bourdais is putting all kinds of heat on Will Power. That's Bourdais with the blue helmet there in the red race car. And he sits in 4th position, and he is never happy with that. This has allowed Alex Tagliani, who's really turned in a nice ride today for the R Sports team. His teammate Wilson's the race leader, but Tag's right there in that black and red 8th car.
And Tagliani has really benefited from that merger to now be teammates with Justin Wilson. I would say there's no question that Justin Wilson has the right setup, judging by the fact he is just gone. And Alex Tagliani has the benefit of that, but he has to run in dirty air right now. The cars don't have as much downforce when you're following behind, but if this car is that fast, he might be saving a little bit of fuel, waiting for his time. Wants to be up there with his teammate Wilson.
Watching Alex Tagliani, the LXN2 machine. His 8th season in Champ Car, has his 1 career win. It came in 2004 at Road America, Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin, where we'll be in the month of August.
You know, guys, I was down at Tagliani's pit after the morning practice today, and when he got out of the car, his body language said it all. He really wasn't happy with the setup of the car, kind of scratching his head. So you have to believe that right now that team is cautiously optimistic based on the performance we're seeing right now.
Great battling here. Will Power has his hands full with Bourdais, and Tagliani right there too.
And there's one thing that we're seeing we haven't seen a long time in Champ Car. On a road course in high-speed corners, look how close these cars are together. That was the idea of the new design of this DP01. They put it in a wind tunnel and wanted a way that the cars could run closer together and race. And last year and years before, you could not run that close together and be that racy. So, great day for Champ Car. They pulled off the standing start and they're able to run fast and close together in fast corners.
Bourdais shown the nose of that 1 car to Power a couple of times, hasn't been able to get by. A quick reminder for you, grab your mobile device. In just a couple of moments, you can participate in what we call our Mazda Virtual Pit Stop. You can get involved in Champ Car, try to make the right call. We'll have more on that coming up later in our telecast this afternoon. We're at Portland International Raceway. Great battle up front. The race leader is Justin Wilson. He stretched it out to 12 seconds, but 2nd, 3rd, 4th has been very much in question. As we continue, we'll find out if Wilson can keep adding to that lead here at the Champ Car Grand Prix of Portland.
You're watching ESPN on ABC.
Back at Portland International Raceway, I'm Rick Benjamin. Jan Vigas alongside the Champ Car World Series, the Mazda Champ Car Grand Prix of Portland, presented by Joe's on board the Red Bull machine of Neil Johnny. Get that face look back at the driver. Johnny in 9th position right now, driver with a lot of potential. He's really started to come on. Jimmy Vassar, Kevin Calhoun to that PKV team. Now, former champion Paul Tracy, who's battled back from injury, he's trying a whole different strategy.
He came in early for an early pit stop, and Michael Cannon, who's the engineer for Robert Dornbos now, used to be with this team. He calls this dumpster diving. And it's a tongue-in-cheek thing, saying that if you're off of sequence, hit the very early part of a pit window. If you luck out and you happen to get a yellow, you'll move to the front, because at the bottom here, you'll see these pit windows. And in particular, you'll see lap 19. He came in on lap 17, so he's a little bit ahead of that. But again, I know it's just tongue-in-cheek, but dumpster diving refers to you taking a big risk, and you might come out smelling like a rose or like trash.
Yeah. Depends on how the car hits the wall. Remember, Jan told us earlier, fuel fuel cell's a little bit smaller right now, 32 gallons. Where this used to be a two-stop race pretty much. A lot of teams figure it'll be 3 today, and Tracy really rolling the dice here.
And Neil Mickelwright definitely confirming what you're saying, guys. He did say, though, that Paul had so much dirty air he couldn't make any time or any moves. When Paul left the pit, Neil just said on the radio, drive like hell. He wants to make up some space when he has open place on the track.
Now we're getting word from pit road. Several drivers are reporting a few raindrops around the course. We mentioned a moment ago, huge black cloud rolling in over the front stretch. Let's take a look at some action here a moment ago. To the inside by Alex Tagliani. One more day, and he gets it for 4th.
That was a surprise attack. That was not, sometimes when someone is moving into position, they kind of show their hand. That was just riding up from behind. And let's see, by checking the power to pass. He did it, yes, with power to pass. So he got behind, hit the power to pass when Sebastian wasn't ready for it because he's focused on power, and okay, that was awesome.
Only 24 seconds of Cosworth power to pass time left, though, for Tagliani. And the NBA Finals on ABC continue tonight. Game 2, LeBron James, the Cleveland Cavaliers trying to rebound, tie up the series with Tim Duncan and the San Antonio Spurs. We're gunning for their 4th title. The NBA Finals Game 2 tonight on ABC. Coverage at 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific, and the OnStar NBA Countdown. More information at ESPN.com. Game 1, Spurs the winner, 85-76. Time left for some of the key players today. Cosworth power to pass. Robert Dormos in second, hasn't even hit the button yet. Will Powers burned up almost half of his time. And Alex Tagliani, as we mentioned, 24 seconds left, so Tag doesn't have much. It's a 10-second burst. There are some of the telltale raindrops on the camera lens here.
And what I was highlighting there is that loss of power to pass was pretty much Alex Tagliani using it all the way down the straightaway. You can use it for only 13 seconds max because that's the length of the front straightaway. And he hit it right about this point here and used it to good use.
That's the cop.
Third, Michelle, Derek Walker's team looking pretty strong here.
Yes, I'm here with Derek Walker. Derek, you used a lot of push to pass to put Will in the position that he's in. Was that part of your strategy?
No, it wasn't. Basically, we opt to go with black tires, and obviously everybody else is on red, so everybody's pushing him real hard, and he's just being a little generous with that push to pass, a little earlier than we want, but, you know, he's doing a great job out there, so it's a long race.
Thanks a lot, Derek.
And Michelle, while you're there, see if Derek will tell you why they decided to go on black tires. I'd be curious. He said he was the only one who tried it.
Go ahead, Michelle.
Derek, we're just curious. Did you guys decide to go on black tires?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. The way we set the car up, it was advantageous to do that, and I think maybe in the long run it might pay off, but, you know, who knows? It's either one. Both tires, both Bridgestones are really good set, so we could have gone with either one. We just flipped the coin and said, let's go black.
Thanks a lot, Derek.
Thanks, Michelle. Now, what I read between the lines there is that the black tires suit their car better than the reds. So we always think that red tires make your car faster, but if your setup isn't suited to it, that might not be the case, and that sounds what's happening. And we can see those raindrops.
How about this, though? Justin Wilson, who's just driven away from the field. He's 18 seconds ahead of Dormos. Maybe put the move on Paul Tracy to put PT a lap down here before we get 25 laps on the board.
And I can tell you guys that the Justin Wilson team is really happy that they're showing that kind of speed because they changed the engine in that car last night. And when they came out today during practice, they were underneath the engine cover several times hoping to get this thing dialed in, and it looks like they hit it spot on.
You can't dial it any better than that, Cameron.
You definitely can. And speaking of dialing it in, I spoke with Michael Cannon, who's the engineer for Robert Dornbos. Remember that Michael Cannon won from the same starting position Dornbos had this year with A.J. Allmendinger last year, but he says they're conserving the car right now and fuel. So there's no reason to push. No one can get around him. He thinks things will tighten up later in the race.
Justin Wilson there about 4 car lengths in back of Paul Tracy, but this is not for the lead. Now, time for our Mazda virtual pit stop where you'll try to make the right call. Here's our question today. Which rookie driver in the Champ Car World Series will improve the most after that 6-week break? Use your mobile phone. Text A for Robert Dornbos, B for Neil Johnny, or C for Simone Pagenaud. 55333 is the number to text to. Each text vote costs 50 cents, and we'll have some results for you a little later in our broadcast today. Wilson in the CDW car and one of the 2 cars from the Pacific Coast team. This is Ryan Dial on pit road. Dial stuck back in 16th position in that car for 28. It's that car on pit road, and here comes Wilson. Looks like he is about to put Tracy a lap down as they head to 1.
And when you do the early straightaway pit stop strategy. That's the risk that you run. If you don't get out soon enough and keep your pace up, you could lose a lap. So whatever possible advantage Paul Tracy was hoping for, just went away.
I'm wondering something here, Jan, as we ride with Wilson in the CDW car. He's built this huge lead. He's burned up power to pass almost half of his allotment. He's got 32 seconds left. Has he made a decision here? Does he think rain's coming? Is he trying to build a huge lead if we do get wet weather?
He's not concerned about if or not. It's just that when you have a fast car, you want to build the biggest lead that you possibly can because anything could happen. And if you can take a guy like Paul Tracy and put him a lap down, that obviously for championship sake and for competition's sake, that's a good thing for Justin Wilson.
I can tell you this, there is a concern with Justin Wilson right now on his tires. The pace has really put some wear on his tires, and he just told his crew over the radio, he says, I think I'm killing my tires. He's noticing the car not handling as crisply now after getting away as far as he did.
This is Paul Tracy's teammate Oriol Serbia, the other Forsythe Index car number 7. He's on a race-to-race deal. Serbia 9th. Neil Johnny has stopped in the Red Bull PKD car, made his first stop of the day. Glad to have you with us for the Mazda Champ Car Grand Prix of Portland, presented by Joe's. Portland International Raceway, ESPN on ABC. Hagler Benjamin, Leon Vigas, Michelle Weiser, Bill Stevens, and Cameron Steele on pit road covering the action. Race for the 2007 season. Championship leader is Sebastian Bourdais. Will Power second in the standings. Alex Tagliani had come up in fourth, but he makes an early pit stop as well in the Lexington Energy 8 car. Sonny's Barbecue 19, Werner Junquera, Dale Coyne on pit road as well. We're starting to see early stops here.
And I saw a lot of front wing was added to the front of Alex Tagliani's machine, and you can see there that Justin Wilson's CDW crew was set up, so the leader will be in this time around. Here he is.
Wilson at the pit road speed limit. John Halen back on the racetrack at the
Steady off the bottom.
Down here with Justin Wilson, they are taking off the optional tires. They are putting the primary tires on the car. And as I take a look at those red wall tires that came off the car, they look like they've taken a beating.
Justin Wilson down and away. Have to observe that pit road speed limit until he gets to the exit. There's Bourdais behind Power, trailing Robert Dormos. So Dormos takes over the lead here. He has yet to stop. And the German's Ozjet, car number 14, his teammate, Speedy Dan Clark, the other Ozjet entry from the Minardi team. He is on pit road right now.
One of the things you notice from the overhead view when we saw Justin Wilson pit is that the fuel flow problem that they had with the Champ cars for the first 3 races has been fixed. They have a new venting system for the first 3 races. You never knew what you were doing.
And Robert in the pits, last place in the pits.
Michael Cannon calling in Robert Dornbos. And again, at least now, it's not the lottery of if the car will fill or not. That's all been done. And that makes the crews breathe a lot easier on pit road.
Well, Robert Dormos will head to pit road now. He'll give up the lead, but it's got to feel good for him to see clean racetrack. No, he was the race leader. Will Power on pit road as well. For Team Australia, that's the green and yellow car right behind.
See how Will Power closed the gap on the pit entrance? You have to slow down to the pit speed, but that was great late braking, Bill.
Go ahead and look for those guys.
Dornbos is coming in just a moment. It's interesting that his team told him not to worry about mileage too much. I think they anticipated rain today. So now that he is in the pit, they'll refuel that car. But in the early going, they told him, don't worry about mileage.
Oh, and Will Power beats him out. So Will Power closed the gap on the way into the pits by having very late braking. Then they had a little faster pit stop. That's the way you make up a spot in the pits. And now Dornbos shortcuts.
Now Dornbos will have to give that back, and it'll be interesting to see these familiar rules. There he knows. He lets him go. So Power and his team, Derek Walker's Team Australia squad, doing a great job on pit road, and they've got the Bridgestone Reds on. Meantime, Royal Serbia has stopped. The Forsythe Index car number 7. They go to the black Bridgestone Potentas. Serbia is down and away, and Serbia going to the back of the field now, one of the last. Here comes Sebastian Bourdais to pit road in the McDonald's car number 1, the 3-time series champ. For Newman Haas Lanigan Racing, he was running, wow, back and forth, actually. Cameron, here comes Bourdais.
And yes, he is in. Craig Hampson was upset with the way things were running early in the race just by the traffic, wishing Dornbos would get moving. He said, no changes.
Now, just
Sebastian is not complaining at all. Says everything is good. They're just trying to get better track position.
And the Metazone 2 car of Bourdais' teammate Graham Rahal bolts on a set of Bridgestone Reds. He's down and away as well. Rahal struggling. He was 3rd before that stop.
Oh, but look on cold tires. It's the second driver that we have seen. Now he's going to have to give up a little bit of time like we saw Dornbos do. There's not tire warmers in this series. Some racing series have tire warmers or blankets they put around the tires. This is a cool day, and when you first leave the pits on these Bridgestones, even on the red sidewalls, it's like driving on ice until you can get a little bit of heat in the tires. Watch the way that he'll work the wheel back and forth to get some heat in those tires.
Sebastian Bourdais in car number 1. He's won 2 in a row in the Champ Car World Series. Coming here, that long layoff. He's been a busy guy. He's been driving quite a bit in Europe. He goes to Le Mans. Next week, 24 hours with Le Mans following today's event. Bourdais at the moment leads Wilson and Rahal. Back in a moment with more from Portland after these messages and a word from our local ABC station.
You're watching ESPN on ABC.
Welcome back to Portland International Raceway. The Mazda Champ Car Grand Prix in Portland presented by Jones. Maverick Benjamin beyond Vegas. Justin Wilson has cycled back to the lead in the CDW car number 9, running 117.7 miles an hour. Very quick pace around here. He made his first stop. Now Sebastian Bourdais has taken advantage of the pit stop cycle. He's moved to second, but he is nowhere near Bourdais. They're not even, rather Wilson I should say, they're not even in the same area code at the moment. About 16 seconds separating the two. Watch some of the other contenders coming out the front straightaway. There's Alex Tagliani in the R Sports Lexington Energy car. Now Robert Dornbos qualified second. He started and ran second. The IPS was working a long time. Robert Dornbos in the Ozjet 14 back in fourth position right now. Good outing in his rookie season in the Champ Car World Series. And an opportunity to visit with some of these drivers. Michelle talked to Robert earlier about the exotic place he lives.
What's the best part? Obviously, the Grand Prix was fun last week, and nice temperature, nice shops, and no tax. But
I'm sorry, did you say?
I said a nice temperature, nice climate, and no, it's a good place. I lived there already many years, and my family lives there as well. So it's for me, it's commuting up and down. It's quite intense, but I'm happy to go home once in a while.
When he's talking about going home, of course, that's Monaco, and what he was hiding there was no income tax. That is why Monaco is such a popular place for...
Well, the scenery's not bad either.
Well, there's lots of reasons why Monaco is a cool place to live, but one of those that obviously he put in between a little bit of a throat clearing was no income tax is very handy when you're a guy who has and may in the future make big money behind the wheel of a race car.
Stan Gomedy, another driver with hopes to do something similar in the pay-by-touch car number 22. PKV injuries, his first year in the series as well. He was 5th in the season opener in Las Vegas, somewhat of a surprise. And he's led laps at both Long Beach and Houston. They've tried a little different pit strategy. Steve Vassar, the 96 Champ Car World Series champion, helping call the shots for the PKV team. He's a part owner there, of course. Stan Gomedy up in 5th position right now, about 26.5 seconds behind the leader. Now, Sebastian Bourdais has got 35 seconds of Cosworth power to pass remaining in second spot. Bourdais has run the fastest lap of the day just a moment ago, got into the 59. Well, Tristan Gomedy is a driver who's had concerns about getting ready to race in the series. We talked to him about his training regimen.
I tried to lose some weight, and I did between 8 and 10 miles per day in running and weight training a lot, and after 2 weeks I think it was too much, so I think it's for that I have been a big trouble with my back, so I stopped during 1 week, and fortunately I'm here to drive because it wasn't sure.
And he's talking about hurting his back, and he kind of combined two stories. He did overtrain, but he actually hurt his back fishing. Was trying to kind of give him a fishing lesson and ended up hooking something, yanking back and hurting his back, and he almost didn't drive here.
Now that would be fresh. I don't think I've ever heard of anybody hurting themselves with freshwater fishing unless they fell out of a boat, so it's an interesting story. Tristan Gomedy in car number 22, the pay-by-touch engine. That's the blue and white machine you see there. Our CDW telemetry showing you just what gear Gomedy is in and the kind of speed he's able to attain as he comes off that final turn, hitting 5th gear down the front straightaway.
Good job, go!
DPO1 chassis cars, the familiar Cosworth power plant with a turbocharger back there providing the boost for Tristan Gomedy. On the go, you can follow all the exciting Champ Car World Series action with Champ Car Mobile. Go to our website, champcar.ws, download the live leaderboard, wallpapers, ringtones as well. Your mobile phone standard data rates do apply. Bridgestone running order, top of your screen, along with power to pass time remaining. Let's check in with Alex Tagliani in the Lexington Energy car number 8 on the R Sports stable. That's the red and black entry. He is cycling behind Gomedy. There he is. Tag has been pretty aggressive today, guys.
He's been aggressive, and done well with it. There are times that you're aggressive and it doesn't work, but he's been aggressive at the right times, and he's looking good. Dan Clark, as we follow him in the black and red Ticketmaster car, he is a guy who really struggled because he got a late start and didn't do preseason testing, but now with the 6-week break, Dan Clark definitely seems to have improved his game. Really, I think the whole team has.
Sure, they've obviously gained a lot of ground. We heard from Keith Wiggins earlier. That was Graham Rahal, the Metazone car number 2. He's Bourdais' teammate. Now, Graham has struggled. He qualified 8th. He's running 8th. He had that moment a little while back, a couple of laps ago, after coming off pit road on cold tires. We saw him shortcut the chicane, basically, at the Festival Curve at the end of the front straightaway. He went through there. As we watch Alex Tagliani try to move through the field in the Lexington Energy car, the red and black machine that you see here. Rahal locked up the brakes on cold tires, as you pointed out. Yeah, they've created a little cone run area for the drivers now to funnel them back into traffic safely and also to slow them down a bit. But Graham kind of blew right through that and got back on the racetrack. Didn't gain any position, so he's okay where he is at the moment.
And something I find interesting, if you're not used to seeing this new Champ car, the next time you come on board, I want to give you an idea what the bubbles are at the front of the car. It kind of gives the appearance, especially when we rode with Neil Johnny, and briefly when we rode here with Rahal, is it looks like that's where the driver's knees go. What I'm referring to is these right in here. Those are the dots, the bubbles, so to speak, that actually go over the shock absorbers. The idea is you want the bodywork to be as low on the car as you possibly can, and therefore you just kind of put some bubbles on the shock absorbers and you get better aerodynamics.
Grant Rahal has burned up 31 seconds of his Cosworth power to pass extra 50 horsepower, trying to reel in Speedy Dan Clark, who runs in 7th spot. How about this guy, Justin Wilson from Great Britain in the CDW9 car for the R Sports team. 14.5 seconds is his lead over Sebastian Bourdais, Michelle.
Motor Dan Pettit. Dan, Justin has been the man to beat this weekend. Tell me why that is.
Well, he's got a good car. Car's been running well all weekend, and I think he's very comfortable with his track. He's always done well here. And right now he's got pretty clean air, so he's running very smooth. And as long as that car is running well, I think we'll probably finish up pretty well.
Dan Pettit watching as his driver Justin Wilson puts together a fantastic run here today from the pole. Now, 2 years ago, Wilson in this car led past the halfway point. Was dominant just like this. Don't want to put the hex on him here, but drivetrain problem, and he ended up coasting off the course at the end of the front straightaway. Let's check in on the Forsyth Index cars meantime. What's going on with Paul Tracy? He cycled back up to 9th position in that car number 3. Hey, on Wednesday on ABC, the summer's biggest new hit is The Next Best Thing. It's the search for America's best celebrity impersonator. The stars like you've never before seen them. It's all new. The Next Best Thing, Wednesday at 8, 7 Central only here on ABC.
Well, that's an interesting point because we essentially said that because Paul Tracy had gone down a lap that he was out of it. Well,
not so fast, right?
Because Justin Wilson, who put him a lap down, has pitted and is now behind him. So if there were to be a caution, he would in fact be on the lead lap, and that strategy would have worked. However, if Paul Tracy now has to peel off and pit and there isn't a caution, he's going to go back being a lap down.
Well, you guys, you've been talking about pit strategies and what's been going on. I know that Alex Tagliani was a little hot when he came out of his pit so far back, but Paul Gentilozzi told him, hey, some of the cars short-filled. And going along with that, and right now we've been seeing Sebastian Bourdais pull up possibly a little bit more on Justin Wilson. Kenny Seawick, who's on the radio with Sebastian, said, we did what we talked about. Now run them down. Jan, if I was going to read through that, I might think that they might have short-filled the McDonald's car.
In fact, he did an 8.5-second stop, and I wondered, that seemed awfully quick. So they must have talked about short-filling to gain position, and that's a case now where Sebastian Bourdais is going to have to pit a bit earlier. So very, very interesting at the moment. And it was interesting, Dan Pettit, when we talked to him, the owner for Justin Wilson, very much understated. I mean, he doesn't want to say too much because we know what's happened in the future, but he's been dominant up until this point.
Battle here for 7th, Dan Clark, that Ozjet car. You see the Muirmans on the wing there, and Graham Rahal, the 18-year-old son of Bobby Rahal, new high school graduate in the state of Ohio. Rahal reeling in Clark. They're fighting hard over 7th. Graham Rahal at age 18, he's won here before in open-wheel cars. Rookie season in the Champ Car World Series. Great run at Houston a few weeks ago. He struggled a bit here this weekend. Dan Clark also trying to get to the charge in car number 4 and move up. Neil Johnny's car, the Red Bull, car number 21. Johnny, where's he? Back in 14th, trying to slice his way through the field. Back with more in a moment at Portland. One of the most beautiful backdrops in the Champ Car World Series, the city of Portland, Oregon, home to the Rose Festival. Closing weekend of the Rose Festival here this weekend. Great weekend to go racing. Let's get on board with Neil Johnny. CDW telemetry in the Red Bull car. Take a look off that back wing of this new DPO1 chassis.
Interesting to watch the telemetry at the same time to see that was 174 miles an hour on the approach to that chicane, and you can really get an idea how much the car still moves and works during those high-speed sections of the course.
Cameron Steele.
Well, I'm just checking out some tires here with Joe Barbieri from Bridgestone Motorsport, and these are the tires off Sebastian Bourdais' car. Are you worried about any wear issues?
No, no wear issues at all. These tires look fine. They had more wear left in them. I think the big thing today, though, is that between the reds and the blacks, even though we designed them to be differently, I think it's more or less the way that the team set up the cars. That's why you see some of these teams, a lot of them running just as quick on the black Bridgestones as they are on the reds.
It'd definitely be interesting if it started raining around here.
It can always rain in Portland, so these teams have to be ready.
We'll see how it shakes down, see if we get any moisture down here. Right now, I'll tell you on pit row, it's looking a little cloudy, but not too bad. No moisture in the air.
Now, we've had a couple of reports of rain spatters around the racetrack. We've seen a little moisture on camera lenses a few times, but it's dried back out. No one's made a move toward rain tires as yet.
And while Joe Barbieri was speaking with Cameron, you heard a pit stop going on in the background. That was Paul Tracy. So Paul Tracy now is back to being lapped down. So without a caution, unfortunately, his early pit strategy, I guess he has one more chance. If it's a 3-stop race, if he gets back on the lead lap briefly, he may have one more shot.
Needs help, needs a couple of full course yellows to kind of pack back up and give himself an opportunity. You see returning after that injury he suffered at Long Beach, had to sit out the race in Houston. And he is glad to be back in a race car as we watch Sebastian Bourdais about 6.4 seconds behind race leader Justin Wilson. Bourdais got 35 seconds of Cosworth Power Pass time remaining. Wilson's got 32 laps, and they've got an opportunity to play defense here if need be. Wilson certainly has that at this point. Watching Bourdais. If you want more Champ Car race action while we're here, you can subscribe to Race Director. Go to the website, champcar.ws. 6 different camera views, team radios, view live telemetry, and more. Do it all on your home computer at champcar.ws. Sebastian Bourdais had a lot of change in his life in this period of 3 championships. One of the biggest changes, he became a father not too long ago. We spoke to him about it.
I think it really helps you to put things in perspective. Definitely, even if you had a bad day, you just come out of it and you come in the truck and the baby's here with your wife and smiling, and it just makes it all up, and it's all for the better, really.
Pretty low key, but he's pumped up about being a new dad just a few months ago. He's led laps here, won this race in 2004. Last 2 years didn't get the result he was looking for, but he's been pretty strong, and he's gained 10 seconds on Justin Wilson in the last 15 laps. So that strategy, if they did short fill the car, it's worked out pretty well, I would say.
It works until you have to pit, though. Yeah, that is the problem. Because you're faster, because you're lighter, you can visually see the closing of the gap between the two cars now. And Sebastian Bourdais said, well, even when you have a bad day, it's just great to go back and see the baby and so on. Well, that played this weekend. He was as frustrated as I have seen him when he got out of the car on Friday. He knew he had a fast car, but he couldn't get the lap down. Something had gone wrong with the car, and he was fuming. And it's just because he's a perfectionist. He wants, and most drivers are, he wants it just to be right and thought he had a faster car.
He is from Le Mans, France, and he gets to go home this week, and he'll race at Peugeot in the 24 Hours of Le Mans next weekend. And he is certainly the bellwether here in the Champ Car World Series. 3-time defending champion, gunning for Newman Haas-Lanigan's 100th Champ Car World Series win if he can get the job done here today. His young teammate Gregory Hall continues to run 8th in the 2-car, the Medizone machine. As we watch Bourdais trying to chop into Justin Wilson's lead, it's down to 6 seconds flat. Camera, they seem to have things coming their way at the moment.
It definitely seems that way. Craig Hampson playing it perfectly. It seems like Sebastian's really closing in. Did you guys short film on the last stop?
Yeah, absolutely. We were kind of bottled up there in traffic, and then Tagliani got us, and we had to do something different. So The car was quick. We got it out front. And now we just see how it plays out. But we're going to be pitting in a lap here, so Justin will always be able to go farther than us on fuel.
Is he happy with how the car's performing right now?
Yeah, we're just going to add half a turn of front wing here.
Thank you, Craig.
Lots of Craig Hampson, who calls the shots for the McDonald's team, a three-time champ, Sebastian Bourdais.
And pitting in a lap. Certainly you can visually see that they have closed the gap there, but he'll give that all up because if you short fill on one stop, that means you have to full fill on the next one, or at least one of the stops following that. So he has gained an advantage, but he's going to have to give some of that up.
And a fast lap last time, a 59.8. That is very, very quick under race conditions. On ABC tonight, the three-week thrill ride continues. Tony Hawk might skate on the edge, but they spin out on the racetrack. It's this summer's ultimate adrenaline rush. NASCARs and Superstars tonight at 8, 7 Central on ABC. They headed to pit road this time around. Second right now behind Justin Wilson, who's led all the way. Take a look at what's happening with our pit stop strategies among some of the contenders here. Now, we heard Craig say that Bourdais could not go as far as Justin Wilson on a tank of fuel. They're going to leave him out there one more lap. They said they were bringing him in next.
No, when they pit in a lap, the way they count it down, just heard Kenny Seawick say next time they go P2, P1, and then in. So when he says a lap, it actually means in racer speak, it's 2 times around.
They trying to knock off another quick lap and draw closer. 4.1 seconds the gap to Justin Wilson this time.
Now the significance is that Bourdais is way ahead as we see his teammate come in a lap earlier. So that means that they would have short-filled Rahal as well.
Rahal brings the at his own car to his pit stall.
Hit your mark. 4 tires. We're filling it up. Put your foot on the brake. Once you get stopped in your pit box, 4 wheels under the line when you exit the pit. Do not shortcut the
helmet cam on Tim Coffey. Changes. Front tires. Left front tire. Graham Rahal. And you can hear
hold it. No.
On the radio, they're giving him a full fill.
Wilson just went by. We're a lap down. You have a cleared track. Good out lap.
There you have more from John Tzanickas. He is one of the team members that has been with Newman, Haas, Lanigan the entire time when this 100-race win streak started in '99, and now you can see Sebastian Bourdais in. You heard him talk about a wing adjustment. There you have it right there. Put some wing in.
Hang on, then. Go.
2 successful pits.
And look at this.
Team.
Tagliani gets by him.
Alex Tagliani able to get back around Bourdais at the end of the front straightaway. They gave up second spot. Justin Wilson may be headed in this time as well in the CDW9 car for the R Sports team.
Now, Justin Wilson is going to see, I didn't think he was going to pit yet because he did take all the fuel, so he may be able to run multiple laps even though these other guys.
This lap, Justin. This lap.
Oh, there you go. So it was a slight short fill for Bourdais, a lap or 2, but that plays perfectly into Wilson's hands at the moment.
The history between these two drivers is pretty amazing. If you were with us at the season finale a year ago in Mexico City, Justin Wilson was the race leader. Bourdais had already clinched the championship. And Bourdais said, you know, I want to win the last race of the year. And he and Wilson got together in the final couple of corners. Maybe the most exciting finish we've seen in this series in the last several years. So they've got a lot of history battling very hard as Alex Tagliani brings that Lexington Energy car to a stop for the R Sports team. They will fill and change tires in the 8 car. So tag.
Now they're teammates.
Yeah.
So while Tagliani pits, we're watching. And in fact, we saw the power to pass. That was the flashing light behind Justin Wilson. So he chose to use some power to pass. Very interesting on his in-lap.
To get to pit road a little quicker. Got a couple of different looks at this.
Got very nice in these pits. Just be aware of that.
Race leader Justin Wilson into the pits. They are putting the red Bridgestones back onto the automobile. These fuel cells, 32 gallons, 3 less than what they're normally used to. They're expecting these fuel fills to take a little bit shorter time, but he still has a good pit stop.
Clean stop for Wilson, and that's one of the key things you want in the middle of the race.
Absolutely. You got to have clean pit stops. And so interesting, they talk about how important in and out laps are, and now the guys are using power to pass to make it even better.
Will Power has assumed the lead for now in the Aussie Vineyards car number 5 in the Mazda Champ Car Grand Prix of Portland, presented by Joe's.
You're watching ESPN on ABC.
We welcome you back to Portland International Raceway. A big week for team owner Derek Walker of Team Australia. The 18th annual Motorsports Breakfast for the Cascade Pacific region of the Boy Scouts of America. Derek Walker receiving the Lifetime Achievement Award. He's been involved in racing since age 16. You don't like it? 40 years in the sport. Favorite drivers in the Champ Car World Series on hand to sign autographs for some of the members of that Boy Scout group here in Portland. His driver Will Power, second in the championship. Power has assumed the lead in the Team Australia Aussie Vineyards car. There's Simone Pagenaud in car number 15, his teammate.
A pretty short stop.
Cameron Steele.
Well, I'm here in Will Power's pit. Everything seems to be good with the car. I just spoke with Derek Walker, who was talking to the engineer. You hear Derek Walker telling him to hold on the radio. Will Power very antsy to get back out. They talked about a short fill, but it looked like they went ahead and filled the car up.
And what happened there, Cameron, was we heard Derek Walker say this will be a quick stop. So the driver gets into the mode of the fact that the fuel is not going to hook up that long, and naturally you start to want to get going. But that was a long stop. It took longer to take the fuel than they expected.
Now look what's happened at the front of the field. Sebastian Bourdais moments ago made a move to get around Justin Wilson. Here he is putting Catherine Legg a lap down in car number 11, the Sonny's Barbecue Dale Coyne entry, the black car there. Bourdais is flying. Here's the move on Wilson moments ago.
And of course, Bourdais had been up to speed, had the tires up to temperature, and it appeared as though, as quickly as he caught Justin Wilson, that Justin's car is not as fast on this set of tires and with this fuel load. But again, that was a dive bomb. Look at that. Sebastian Bourdais barely made turn number 2. That was a very aggressive move for Bourdais. He knew that it was that moment, with that momentum, he had to pull it off. And now he's in a position to win this thing, even though he's he's only a lap or 2 different on the strategy than Wilson.
He has won 2 in a row in the Champ Car World Series. He's led 3 laps here so far today. Fuel strategy, I think, is going to be key as we get down to the last 44 minutes of racing here. This, of course, is a timed event. Bourdais stopped 2 laps sooner than did Wilson the last time around. Now, let's check in on today's Mazda Virtual Pit Stop, where you try to make the right call. Our question today, which rookie Champ Car star will make the most improvement after the 6-week break? Well, here's how things have shaken out so far. 49% of you think Robert Dornbos will be the most improved driver. Neil Johnny, Simone Pagenaud. You can use your mobile phone. Next A for Dornbos, B for Johnny, or C for Pagenaud to 55333. Each text code costs you 50 cents.
And Dornbos is running 4th, so obviously our viewers are very well clued in to know that he took his time, both in Monaco. Neil Johnny letting Sebastian Bourdais by as he goes the lap down. What a shame for Johnny, because he has been quick. Now he also knows if you let the leader by in that portion and then stay on it, you actually lose less time than if you were to wait through this rhythm section.
Johnny in the Red Bull PKV car. Race leader Sebastian Bourdais in the McDonald's number 1. The red machine for Newman Haas Lanigan. We told you at the top of the broadcast, 99 Champ Car wins for this team. First win came more than 20 years ago in Road America with the great Mario Andretti at the wheel. Bourdais trying to knock off his 3rd in a row this season. 3 straight championships for this driver. It would be the 100th team victory for that great squad. John Cara, Bourdais' former teammate, next in front of the 1 car. That's the white Sonny's Barbecue entry, down into turn number 1. As we look at the history of Newman Haas Lanigan Racing, Bourdais with 25 wins already. Just came on board a couple of years ago. The 3 straight championships have really vaulted him up in the picture. Ahead of Mario, just behind Michael Andretti. Cristiano D'Amata had 10 wins for the team before going on his Formula 1 sojourn for a couple of seasons.
Now, one thing I noticed that the Newman Haas Lanigan team has done is they sent Sebastian Bourdais out on the black sidewall Bridgestones, and he traditionally and their team, they always seem to run better on the black. So he seemed like he caught Wilson and just blew by him because Wilson is on the reds. And typically, The R Sports team likes the reds, but in this particular case, you get Sebastian Bourdais on this compound. Again, the construction's not really different. It's mostly the compound, but some cars like it a lot better than others, and Sebastian loves them.
Back in on the battle for 7th spot. Speedy Dan Clark in the black car, the Ozjet machine up ahead. Young Graham Rahal, we're riding with Graham here in the Metazone 2 car, the other Newman Haas landing at entry. That distinctive baby blue paint scheme, and Graham Rahal, the new high school graduate, reeling in the other young gun, Clark.
Oh, he's got a good run. He has a good run, and you see the power to pass. The lights going on the back. Oh, keep it on. If you crash there, that would be a huge one.
Tried to dive bomb to the inside. Speedy Dan doesn't give ground easily, as we well know.
Wow. That
stays in 7th.
Boy, if they had heart rate, and he's on the power to pass again now. But Graham, I think that was a wasted shot of power to pass because he wasn't close enough. And waving at the flagman is not going to help. Now, I do agree that Dan Clark didn't give him any room, and it was certainly Dan Clark ran him over off of the track. But wow, good driving by Graham Rahal to keep that thing going straight. That could have been really big.
Looked like he was going to put a wheel in the grass there momentarily, and that can lead to disaster. A little bit of moisture on
Here's the run. Here's the run. Look at that. Oh, man.
2 wheels in the dirt.
Baby.
One more one.
Because he had room, and Dan Clark's looking in the mirror there, so Dan Clark knows what he's doing, and shame on you, Dan. That was a place where you run a guy off at 170 miles an hour, and thankfully Graham Rahal kept the thing on the road, but I have a feeling that Tony Cotman, the race director, he just saw those same views that we did, and they'll be reviewing that.
We'll see what happens. Meantime, Rahal's teammate Sebastian Bourdais, 4 seconds ahead of Justin Wilson. Back in a moment with more from the Mazda Champ Car Grand Prix in Portland after these messages and a word from our local ABC station. ABC presentation of the Mazda Champ Car Grand Prix in Portland presented by Joe's, brought to you by CDW, the right technology right away. And E-Trade, it's easy, it's extraordinary, it's E-Trade. On board with Neil Johnny and the Red Bull machine, race leader is Sebastian Bourdais. Should have about 35 laps to go. We put 65 on the board today here at Portland International Raceway. Let's recap how we've gotten to this point as Bourdais heads toward what he hopes will be the 100th win for his team in their Champ Car careers. Off the start, first ever Champ Car standing start was clean. All 17 cars and drivers got away nicely. Justin Wilson was the fast qualifier, built a 15-second lead. Pit stop strategy has changed all of that. Wilson was very quick during the first 50 laps here today. Paul Tracy returning after his injury, but he had problems early. He spun, pitted out of sequence, got a lap down. Here's the situation where Justin Wilson blew by PT on the front straightaway and put him 1 lap down where he is right now. Tracy at the moment being scored 10th. Now, some tight action here on pit road. Will Power got out just before Robert. It was a near miss on pit road. And then moments ago, Sebastian Bourdais with a bold move again on the front straightaway, taking the lead away from Justin Wilson. And Jan, as you mentioned, a slightly different pit strategy. Bourdais working this one to his advantage.
Yes, and the different pit strategy is really only that they're stopping a few laps away from each other, so it's not like they're on a different system or less number of stops. So at the moment, Bourdais is dominating because Justin Wilson on the red sidewall Bridgestones just does not seem to have the kind of car that he did earlier.
Now let's go back and check this battle for 7th. Speedy Dan Clark up ahead there in the Ozjet car. Right behind him, we're riding with Graham Rahal in the Metazone number 2. And this was a moment of controversy on the backstretch about 10 laps back.
Yes, it was a case where he had a great run, did Graham Rahal, was on the power to pass, got himself in position, and then it appeared, well, it was tough to tell. And if Tony Cotman, our race director, is online. Tony, you with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, you had a chance to see that, I'm sure. What's your opinion of the move by Dan Clark and Graham Rahal?
Yeah, Dan used obviously a little more road than he really needed to, so I sent a warning down to the crew and told them if anything like that happens again, expect a penalty, which they acknowledged.
And in this series, just to confirm for those, there's no blocking whatsoever, is that correct?
That's correct.
Tony, one other thing, you have to be pretty pleased about how the first ever standing start went at the top of the show here today.
Yeah, very good. Obviously, it's a pretty difficult thing to pull off, and all the drivers did a great job, and I think it just adds such a great spectacle for the fans and mixed everybody up going into turn 1. So you know, 1 down anyway.
A lot of drama, well done indeed. Tony Cotman, the Champ Car Vice President of Operations, and the head referee referee, you might as well say, of this Champ Car World Series.
That's one thing I love about this sport. You can talk to the competitors, you can listen to them on the radio, you can go to the referee, you can go in the locker room, well, so to speak, in the pits.
The transporters, at least.
Yeah, let's go to the locker room and hear from Bill Stevens.
All right.
Down here with Will Phillips with Team Minardi, we heard from Tony Cotton. He says that the team was warned because of what Dan did. We're going to give you equal time.
Perhaps just defending his line. He didn't move his line too far. He knows he's not going to do it again, so he's doing fine. He's racing and he wants to keep that position and go forward.
Right, difference of opinion is what makes a horse race.
There you go.
Graham off into the weeds. Now that's at turn 12, I believe, coming to the front straightaway.
And unfortunately, he wasn't helped. That one was one where he appeared to just slip off the outside of the racetrack.
Now, not that. It's on the backside of the racetrack. I take that back. Thought that was the wide open spaces leading to the front stretch. That's heading toward the back straightaway. So Rahal goes off. He'll lose a lot of time there. I don't know if Simone Pagenaud got by him or not. But for rookie Graham Rahal, it's another moment of excitement.
Are your tires okay, Graham?
As we ride with Rahal on ABC on Wednesday, millions are watching TV's most inventive competition. They have the big ideas, but only one will win $1 million. It's an all-new American Inventor, Wednesday at 9, 8 Central, only here on ABC.
We'll have to assume that the answer that Graham Rahal gave was they're fine because he didn't come on to pit road. And wow, but he's fighting that car through the festival curves. And you can see that he got on the button, but some of the teams will actually mix up their radio frequencies so that you don't hear all the conversations.
Good day so far for Tristan Domedy, the young French driver, in car number 22, the pay-by-touch PKV entry, solidly in 5th. It's been a good run for him so far. Domedy about 35 seconds behind race leader Sebastian Bourdais, who's kind of a bellwether, I think, for this young French driver, Michelle.
All right, well, I'm here with team owner Jimmy Vassar. Jimmy, Tristan's been running well all day, but what's it going to take for him to catch the leader?
No, we're running a race kind of with Tagliani now, and we're trying to catch up with Dornbos, but we just don't have the pace. But Tristan's been running a good race, and it's it's pretty straightforward with no yellows like it is, and we're just trying to set pace and maintain 5th place as best we can do, I think, unless there's a yellow and kind of bunches up.
How much did the rain go into your strategy planning yesterday?
Well, it makes it hard to move the setup forward, but we were on full position in the rain. And then he spun off and we lost our fast lap, so it might have been better if we could have started up front, but Tristan's done a great job.
Thanks a lot, Jimmy.
Tristan Domedy lapping at about 1:01. Sebastian Bourdais running in the 59s right now, so Bourdais continuing to pull away from Justin Wilson. Let's take you on board here with Neil Johnny in the Red Bull car. That visor cam, you had it right now. That is beautiful done. Great view off the front of this new DP01. We'll look off the back wing. 21 car. Johnny running in 14th position, 1 lap down behind race leader Sebastian Bourdais. Wilson, Power, Dornbos, and Domedy, your top 5 in Portland. Let's take a look back at some of the Champ Car Atlantic Series action here over the weekend. The Saturday round, this was a doubleheader weekend here in Portland. Began in the rain, heavy rain indeed. A great day for Robert Wiggins, the young Canadian there in the blue Red Bull entry, the car number 3. The Forsyth stable worked his way from 4th to 3rd to 2nd and made the winning pass late in the race. Robert Wiggins getting his first Champ Car Atlantic win yesterday, here in Portland. Now the second half of the Champ Car Atlantic Series doubleheader, Mazda tires on these cars. They ran here this morning, round 5. A clean standing start for all 27 cars. And a great battle up front. Young Kevin Lacroix, also age 18, making his Champ Car Atlantic debut. He got around James Hinchcliffe here in the red car number 9. And Lacroix was the winner. By a second and a half earlier this morning. Winning the second Champ Car Atlantic round here, part of the Mazda Grand Prix of Portland earlier today. And we welcome you back to the Mazda Champ Car Grand Prix of Portland, presented by Joe. Sebastian Bourdais leading by 10.5 seconds. And not as quick as Justin Wilson was off the pole in the CDW9 car today. I'm stunned that he was able to run him down and just drive away like this.
Well, Sebastian Bourdais is very happy, obviously, with the setup of the car. But as I mentioned before, he loves it on the black sidewall Bridgestones, which are a little bit harder. So what that means is you're faster for longer. So with Justin Wilson on the reds, which obviously he's not as happy with, he might be slightly faster for a very brief moment, but now he's really struggling and giving up lots of time.
We've had no full course yellows here today, and that's been the history in Portland the last couple of seasons. And if things continue to go in the direction they're headed now, we've got about 26 minutes of racing left. You can see at the top of your screen there, working on lap number 77, we should be able to run another 25 or so. This should be about 102 or 103 lap distance today. Alex Tagliani on pit road in the Lexington Energy car for the R Sports team. Tag was in 9th position, and he came to pit road.
And this is the opening of the final window. This is lap 77 for him when he rolled in, now clicking over to 78, and that's the earliest that you can stop to make it to the end if it stays green.
You can call this on the go, and you can follow all the exciting Champ Car World Series action as Alex Tagliani is on the go. The battle is for second. Follow all the exciting action with Champ Car Mobile at champcar.ws. Download live leaderboards, wallpapers, and ringtones to your mobile phone. Standard data rates to apply. On board, Wilson in second spot. Behind Sebastian Bourdais, 12.5 seconds back. Little power in the frame as well. And Robert Dornbos, good battling for position there. CDW telemetry on board Wilson's machine. Let's ride with him here on the backside.
First, I like to watch the top speed here. See what he gets. That was like 175. And then you can watch, I think it's fun with this paddle shift. Watch over here, it just clicks through the gears on the way up. And this straightaway will not be quite as quick. Usually you're a couple miles an hour slower on this one, depending on how much wing you're running.
Johnny has brought the Red Bull car to pit road as Wilson puts one of the back markers a lap down. Fueling the car, Red Bull machine for the PKV team.
And you see that little spray coming from a fire extinguisher. Of course, these cars carry methanol, and if you spray water on it after you've filled it, if there's any residual methanol, methanol dissipates with water, and that's one of the reasons they use it in this series. If there's ever a fire, or if you have any methanol around, water dissipates it and it'll put out a fire. In this case, keep it from catching fire.
Johnny back on the racetrack. Graham Rahal coming to pit road, and here comes Bourdais, the race leader. Last stop of the day.
His teammate is ahead of him. I'm surprised that Newman Haas Lanigan would do this because Sebastian's going to have to spend a little more time.
Pull it on the light.
Rahal stops first. Bourdais goes by. Now will they hold Rahal?
We'll see if they will hold Rahal. Not sure about the timing bringing both in together, but they were looking. Oh, they hold Sebastian. They were looking to have at least an 8-second gap on Wilson before they came into the pits. They came into the pits with over 13 seconds. So mission accomplished. Everybody here at Newman Haas Lanigan.
Day away cleanly, but he's got traffic right on him now. And Dial there in that silver car. Pacific Coast entries. Dial back in 16th position. Rahal away first. Bourdais right behind him. Dial on the Bridgestone red sidewall tires, the softer tires. And here's Justin Wilson. Last time by, he was 3 seconds down. Stays on the racetrack.
Well, he's not to the pit entrance yet, and we know that he can run at least a couple of laps more than Sebastian Bourdais, and is going to continue to do that. And this is what you want to do if you're Justin Wilson.
This lap. Pit this lap.
You want to stay out this extra lap. In case there was a caution, that would be a huge advantage. But we may go caution-free today. We may not even get back to.
On pit road, as is Jan Haley. Wilson back to the lead after they made his final stop a moment ago. Shankara, the Sonny's Barbecue 19 car.
Well, look out.
Trouble combos cold on the left. Applying the power coming up through the gearbox.
No traction control on these cars by design. They want the driver to be the person who keeps it connected.
Forsythe Index cars on the outside there, and that's Oriol Serbia. Still on a race-to-race deal in that 7 car. Team Racing.
Christian Dolmany also working his way past. It is, Bruno Junqueira has been working that car hard, but when you leave on cold tires, it's tough. And our leader, Justin Wilson, has just peeled off to get onto pit road.
Wilson needs a good day here as he brings the
just spoke to Phil Howard. He says tires, fuel, that's all. Nothing fancy, no changes, and away you go.
Justin Wilson down and away, on board with Wilson as he comes it back up through the gears. And Australia about to bring their Aussie Vineyards cars to a stop as well. Cycles to second for now. Will Power was fourth in the 5-car, Cameron.
Again, no changes for Will Power. Happy with everything the car is giving him. Got the wheels spinning while airborne and trying to get away quick. Seemingly the crew's not exactly happy with that stop.
21 minutes left on the clock, about 20 minutes of racing, so we probably don't need a full fill fuel-wise right now. Simone Pagenaud, the other Aussie Vineyards car, making his final stop of the day.
Pretty clever. They have the stop slide.
Germany's for position. Tagliani's just gone by on the track. Get back up to speed.
To know right where to stop the car, and of course they're clever enough to make it into an Aussie Vineyards bottle line.
Sebastian Bourdais cycling back to the lead. The Champ car in a state of mourning really this week. We lost a member of the family, a guy named Denny Fedor passed away last week.
ESPN on ABC.
We could be watching some Champ car history here today. And the Newman Haas-Lanigan team. T-Boners Carl Haas, Paul Newman, Lanigan just joining him. They've got a history of almost 25 years of Champ car World Series success. Mario Andretti scored the team's first win. We saw that a moment ago. Sebastian Bourdais has won the last 3 championships. Paul Newman watching, wearing one of Graham Rahall's hats. There's Carl Haas with the stogie. 99 wins and counting for this dominant team in the Champ car World Series, and their driver Sebastian Bourdais leading here by almost 17 seconds in that red and yellow McDonald's machine. It would be 3 wins in a row for Bourdais. He would add to his points lead, and it would be the 100th win in their Champ car history for Newman Haas-Lanigan.
Amazing accomplishment for the team. Just they've got the right combination. And you know, one of the things, they have changed very few people. They have a lot of the people that they had at the very first win. And that's one of the keys to Carl Haas. He's not located in Indianapolis where a lot of the other teams are. They have located in a place where there's none of the race teams that are going to poach from them. They get their team members
in Chicago.
They're in Chicago, or nearabouts, and they have been in a situation where he makes his people happy, keeps them happy, keeps them, and he's got experienced people that know what they're doing.
No secret that Paul Newman and Carl Haas are not exactly kids anymore, so they brought a third owner on earlier this year, Mike Lanigan, who can continue the legacy.
And from a promoter standpoint, obviously a very key promoter, does some of the events in the series from a promotional standpoint, so breathing some additional life into that. But you know, one thing about Newman Haas-Lanigan as well, they're great at picking drivers, and that's a key component.
Nobody had ever heard of Sebastian Bourdais until he joined this team back in 2003. We're in Portland, Oregon, Portland International Raceway, ESPN on ABC, Champ Car World Series, the Mazda Champ Car Grand Prix of Portland, presented by Joe's. I'm Rick Benjamin with you on Beacus. On pit road, Michelle Beisner, Bill Stevens, Cameron Steele. The action for us there. 4th race of 2007, and Sebastian Bourdais, the championship leader, gunning for his 3rd consecutive win. Justin Wilson was on pole in the CDW9 car as Bourdais blows by Simone Pagenaud, his countryman, a young driver who's a rookie in the series, and Bourdais has helped him quite a bit. Now they don't talk much racing, do they?
They talk as friends, but once they are in the same series, they don't talk about the race cars at all because they're on rival teams. But certainly Sebastian Bourdais made a phone call to Derek Walker, and that was really the impetus for Simone Pagenaud to join that team to win the $2 million Atlantic Championship and wind up here in Champ Car. So Bourdais is proud, certainly, of his accomplishments and his protege.
Pagenaud back in 8th, trailing another Frenchman, Tristan Gomedy, who's fallen to 7th in the 22 car, the pay-by-touch machine. Further back, meantime, we check in on Bruno Junqueira. So his barbecue car, the white machine, the 19 car. And up in front of Bruno. Bruno's back in 14th right now. And we've got back there in the picture one of the Ozjet cars. That's Robert Grunwald, who has currently scored 3rd on the lead lap. Almost ran 2nd behind Justin Wilson. Doesn't have anything for Wilson today. He's 37 seconds off the leader, Bourdais, 20 seconds behind Wilson. And we'll take a look back now with 13:45 to go in the event today, an hour 45 to time the race here in Portland. Catherine Legg, 2nd year in the series, the only female driver in Champ Car. And Dale Coyne, setting barbecue car number 11. Catherine back in 15th position now, trying to make their way toward the front, one lap down to the leaders.
And of course, they did not test here or other places. I talked to Dale Coyne, the team owner, about that, said, well, every time we come out to Portland, it rains or the weather conditions change, so we went to a shaker rig, which tests the car in a dynamic position. It was not on a racetrack, but on a rig to test the shocks and the springs. Decided to pass here, but passing here for testing has really hurt both Bruno Junqueira and Catherine Legge.
Bruno's 14th, Catherine 15th right now, and they are a lap down to the race leader. Hey, tonight on ABC, the NBA Finals continue. Game 2. LeBron and the Cleveland Cavaliers trying to rebound and even their series against Tim Duncan of the San Antonio Spurs. We're gunning for their 4th championship in the last 9 years. Game 2 of the finals tonight on ABC. Our coverage at 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific. The All-Star NBA Countdown. And for more info, check out ESPN.com. A lot of action on the front straightaway here. Bourdais kind of blocked for the moment. He's behind Tristan Goldberg, trying to put him a lap down. Bourdais will dive to the inside of the McDonald's car. Whipped by Goldberg, who's back in 7th. Bourdais just running. He's just on rails on it. It's unbelievable how much they have brought that car in. We didn't think he had a shot. Started back there in the second row. Yeah, and you pointed out at the top of the broadcast that the first 3 races of the season, if you didn't lead into turn 1, you were going to be leading at the checkered flag. And as he has done so often in his Champ Car World Series career, I think Sebastian Bourdais is about to turn the page on that one as well.
We conceded that we didn't think he had a shot to lead in the first corner, but you never want to count Sebastian Bourdais out of winning one of these races because they're patient. It's Newman Haas-Lanigan, and so is Sebastian Bourdais. And not only is he one of the great drivers as far as getting it done on the racetrack, he's very technically minded, and he gets that car tuned up, and as you said, sometimes on rails.
And guys, you know, we mentioned at the top of the show what a foul mood Sebastian's been in during practice and qualifying. Last time he felt that way going into a race was Las Vegas when he finished 13th. That's not going to happen today.
No, the friendly confines of Portland International Raceway have helped him feel much better here on Sunday afternoon. We'll be back in a moment with more from the Mazda Champ Car Grand Prix of Portland after these messages and a word from our local ABC station. Well, all of the Champ Car World Series drivers have training routines that are pretty arduous. Will Power, the young Australian, scored his first career win earlier this season. He likes to go mountain biking. That's a pretty good way to train, I would say.
Especially around here. The scenery in this area obviously is breathtaking.
Will Power currently 4th, 2nd in the championship coming in here today. Power in that 5 car. He's led 3 laps here today. Currently runs behind Dorn Wilson and the race leader Sebastian Bourdais. It's been a pretty good day for Will Power, the Aussie Vineyards team. Just haven't quite had the pace of Bourdais and Wilson. Paul Tracy, meantime, really fighting hard. His return after the injury. He's back there with Jan Halen at the moment on the track. They are 10th and 11th. And I think for PT to get a top 10, considering the wreck on Friday, the off on lap 2, pitting out of sequence, that wouldn't be a bad result.
Especially after his incident that he had in Long Beach, there were questions when he would be able to return. The fact that he's even driving here is phenomenal, how quickly he was able to recover from that.
Now, the incident in Long Beach, as we take a look at Jan Halen, 27 years of age, returning to the series this weekend. He'll run the Conquest 34 car the rest of the season. With sponsorship from the Champ Car Grand Prix of Belgium, and of course, his native country there, part of the 2-race European swing that comes up late this summer for the Champ Car World Series stars. Paul Tracy, of course, in the wall in Long Beach, a fairly low-speed hit, and some changes safety-wise have been made to these cars, or at least Champ Car working with the teams on seating positions and so forth. As we watch this battle for 10th, Halen, he's got some power to pass, time to burn up behind Paul Tracy. Let's take a look back at what happened to Paul Tracy in that Forsythe 3 car.
He came off the first corner, the car stepped out, and what appeared to be a fairly low-speed incident, it was the angle of attack and the way that he hit. He had a fracture, a small fracture in his back. And in fact, Champ Car has made some safety changes to these cars because of it. They took the car back, they analyzed it, they hired Terry Trammell, who is the world-renowned orthopedic surgeon. He reviewed the whole thing, took a look at Paul Tracy's seat, take a look at his seat belts. They've issued some updates to where now they mount the seat belts differently, and they feel that they have that problem fixed. So Paul Tracy, unfortunately, had to play crash dummy. He has recovered by working hard, and now the cars are safer.
Well, we got a chance to talk to Paul earlier in the weekend, kind of get his take on things, where he stands right now, coming back after the 6-week layoff, after the injury at Long Beach, the forced him to miss both the Long Beach Grand Prix and the Champ Car Grand Prix of Houston in April. And a little frustrated, I think, earlier in the weekend, but glad to be back in the race car and happy to be back working with his Forsythe Index teammates.
Not really, no, I'm not really in any pain driving. Just the pain right now is in my ego, so it's not where we want to be on the grid. But our final qualifying yesterday in the rain, we made some improvements pretty drastically in the car. We hope it's going to be better this morning.
LPT hoping for a better race than they had a qualifying effort. They started from 13th. He's gained 3 spots to 10th. On ABC tonight, a 3-week thrill ride continues. Tony Hawk may skate on the edge, but will he spin out on the racetrack? Find out. This summer's ultimate adrenaline rush, Fast Cars and Superstars. Tonight at 8, 7 Central on ABC, except on the West Coast, where Fast Cars and Superstars follows the NBA Finals game number 2, Cleveland and San Antonio. 5 minutes of racing to go, about 5 laps left here today. Champ Car Grand Prix of Portland. Mazda and Jones helping present. Jan Halen still trying to get by Tracy for 10th spot. Got to be impressed, I think, with what Halen has been able to do. His first outing in this 34 car for the Conquest.
He misses the first 3 races, doesn't get a chance to do hardly any testing except for at Putnam Park. But now he's saying to himself, hey man, I'm out here racing with Paul Tracy, and he looks fast.
He had a smile as wide as the countryside here when I talked to him for a moment yesterday. Michelle, Eric Bachelor's got to be pretty happy too, I would think.
Well, that's the question I'm about to ask him. Eric, you've got to be pretty impressed with how well Jan Halen is doing for you.
Yes, I mean, if you consider that Jan has been out of the car for 8 months, he's done a very good job. He's been very, he's been very consistent. And I mean, right now he's battling with Tracy. This is a tough race, and I was a bit afraid of his condition because, again, he's not been driving for all the time. But we didn't have any yellow, and he's doing some very good lap time, so he's doing a very, very good job.
Very good. Thank you.
And of course, what Eric is talking about is that this is a very physically demanding racetrack because of the G-forces. And when you don't have a caution, it can really wear you out if you haven't had a lot of miles behind the wheel. And obviously, Jan is still hanging in there.
No time to rest here. You've got a couple of straightaways, but very high-speed sections. I mean, you're running a $175 at the end of the front stretch and the back stretch. We're at Portland International Raceway. Halen still 11th, just a couple of car lengths behind Paul Tracy. Sebastian Bourdais, well, he's on a Sunday drive right now as we ride with the second-place driver, pole sitter Justin Wilson, in that CDW9 car, trying to track down Bourdais.
And 2 interesting things why we ride on board. First of all, right in here, that's actually a track map that they use.
3 minutes, Joe.
Not because he doesn't know his way around, but because he wants to be sure that when he talks about turn 2, it's the same corner that the engineers are referring to. You don't ever want to get mixed up. So he knows his way around. Just make sure we're on the same page.
Justin Wilson second after qualifying on the pole. Bell, are they a little frustrated in the CDW pits?
Well, Phil Howard always has a smile, but I got to tell you, Phil, an hour and a half ago you had an 18-second lead, and now we see what's happened. In 25 words or less, how did we get here?
Yeah, I don't think we had as good a second stint as we would have liked. You've got to give it to Bourdais, he drove fast. We get held up a few times and that hasn't helped us, but you know, it's been a good weekend really. Second place won't be too bad out of it.
Before the race, I spoke to one of the engineers for this team, Art Kilgore. He said this track is notorious for cars having good setups at the beginning of the race, but kind of going awry by the end of the race, and I think Art was being prophetic about the run on the 9th car today. Thanks, Bill. And you know, I was talking about there were 2 things of interest. Another thing you may be wondering, this is called a pitot tube that runs up and down. It's similar to what you'd use on an aircraft. It shows you the airspeed. Now, lots of teams run these in practice to kind of get their data. But interesting that Justin Wilson and the CDW team decide to run this here. They put it up because they have wheel speed sensor, obviously, over in this section, and then they get the airspeed from up here, and that relationship is something the engineers use to tune the cars.
Justin Wilson fighting the wheel. Should be about 2 laps to go here at Portland International Raceway. Sebastian Bourdais on his way to his 3rd straight Champ Car win in 2007, and it'd be the 100th career win for the Newman-Haas-Lanigan team. They should see the 1-to-go sign the next time by, we would think. Paul Newman on the timing stand with Carl Haas. They've been together with this team for 25 years. Mario Andretti scored their first win for pictures from North America back in 1983.
And Rick, you know, speaking of Mario Andretti's first win for the team, he did it by winning by a giant margin of 16 seconds, but Sebastian Bourdais has been leading with over dominating performance the first time and the 100th time.
Catherine Legg, we're told, has spun, is off the racetrack, and she is in the festival curves. She has stalled that car. So we'll see what happens here. She's off the line, appears to be out of harm's way.
I'd be surprised if they went to full course caution. They could probably get to her and somehow tow her out of harm's way. That's not a high impact area, so most likely we can finish this thing without caution, which is, wow, 2 years in a row. That's amazing.
Working lap 102, Sebastian Bourdais closing in on Speedy Dan Clark there. Clark is 6th. Bourdais could end up in a situation where he would lap everyone but the top 5 here today at Portland.
But a bit of advice, I would say don't bother trying to pass Dan Clark because your teammate tried that earlier and had some trouble. So you know what, just hang there, collect your 100th win.
Well, if Bourdais can close the deal, and he's half a lap from doing so here at Portland International Raceway, it would be the team's 100th win, his 26th in his relatively brief Champ Car career. The 3 championships, the points leader in this year, 2007. Sebastian to a tie for 10th. The all-time Champ Car World Series win list with the 26. He'd be tied with the great Roger Ward, deceased a couple of years ago. Bourdais can get the job done. Couple of turns with the checkered flag. The driver of the McDonald's car number 1 from Vermont, France, about to head home this week. Bourdais onto the front straightaway. Checkered flag is in the air. Sebastian Bourdais the winner.
Congratulations, Sebastian. Way to struggle through this weekend. It wasn't that easy, guys. Congratulations to everybody. Newman Haas Racing's 100th.
The celebration on pit road, Cameron.
Trying to catch up here with Mr. Paul Newman, and he's here with Carl Haas, of course. And congratulations all the way around. Kathy Lauterbach coming in for congratulations, Paul. Congratulations on your 100th win as a team owner. Congratulations on your 100th win as a team owner.
Yeah, it's, that kid is quite a phenomenon. He has, and he's got a great crew too. So, an unbeatable combination.
Definitely a tough combination to beat, and a tough weekend starting out for Sebastian. But he seems to be able to overcome just about anything.
Well, I think he was 18 seconds down at one point, and he finished 13, and he was loafing last. So.
Another amazing performance for Newman Haas Lanigan. Congratulations, gentlemen. Another great day here for the McDonald's car.
Sebastian Bourdais comes from behind. He trailed Justin Wilson. He's the winner at Portland. We'll talk to him coming up. And on ABC, presentation of the Mazda Champ Car Grand Prix of Portland, presented by Joe's. Brought to you by Mazda, always the soul of a sports car. And Bridgestone, for drivers who want to get the most out of their cars, it is Bridgestone or nothing. And we welcome you back to Portland International Raceway in Portland, Oregon. The Mazda Champ Car Grand Prix of Portland, presented by Joe's. The race winner, Sebastian Bourdais, to victory lane, and Cameron Steven.
Well, Rick, I've caught up with Sebastian, his 26th win. He's getting high fives all around from the team. Sebastian, we'll get him down off the car. It wasn't the easiest weekend of racing for you, but you overcame everything to bring home the 100th win for Newman Haas Lanigan.
Yeah, it's like this race unfolded like a dream. You know, at the beginning, I was really surprised that Will got up to where he was, because you know it felt like everybody took pretty much the same start, and he was actually very good for that. I don't think anybody stole, so pretty happy that my bad visions didn't happen. But after that, the McDonald's car was just blindingly fast, and we could save more fuel than the others, and then show that we had the better pace.
What about the pass for the lead on Wilson? That was pretty treacherous gopher there.
Well, it wasn't cold tires, so I knew I was, you know, I had a very short window to get it done, and yeah, I think we put on a good show today.
Definitely putting on a great show. Sebastian Bourdais taking home the win here in Portland.
And the 100th race win for Newman Haas Lanigan. And there they are with the 100 numerals in victory lane. Carl Haas there with Paul Newman. Great indeed. All right, Sebastian Bourdais comes from behind. Started 4th today. Marched through the field. Knocked off Justin Wilson just past halfway. And Wilson comes home 2nd. Good run for Robert Dornbos into 3rd.
Fantastic run for him, and I think our viewers were correct saying he was going to be the most improved after the break.
Will Power and Alex Tagliano round out the top 5. Dan Clark comes home 6th in front of Tristan Gomedy. Junqueira 13th in front of Dial, Halen, Alex Figge, and Catherine Legg. Bill Stevens.
Deuces are wild for Justin Wilson. Second year in a row, a second place finish here, but not through lack of effort, Justin. You really drove hard today.
Gave it everything I had. You know, the first stint, I saw that everyone was bottled up behind me, so I just made out and went as quick as I could, but saving fuel. And you know, I knew we had a pretty good car, but it wasn't quite good enough.
Impressive nonetheless.
Justin Wilson moves from 8th to 5th in the championship by running second. Our Roush Brown's Rookie of the Year standings, Robert Dornbos was the rookie points leader coming in, and he adds to his advantage over Graham Rahal with his third place run today. Gomedi, Pagenaud, and Dial, the top 5. Third place runner is with Michelle.
I'm here with Robert Dornbos, a third place finish for you. Another podium finish, though. Your thoughts on the day?
No, of course, another podium is great for the team. I'm just disappointed. The first stint, we lost the race there. I was expecting to challenge Justin. I had a good start. We're side by side into turn 1, and the red tires just didn't work for us today. The setup just was too oversteery, and I just saw him leave like a rocket, you know. So I felt quite bad, and then I recovered in the second and third stint to catch a podium.
Well, third place isn't bad. We'll see you in Cleveland.
Thank you.
Back up to the booth.
Robert Dornbos comes home on the podium today. Let's take a look at our championship standings. Unofficially, Sebastian Bourdais adding to his lead with 105 markers. His third straight win here today. Will Power second, now 12 back. Dornbos is third. Tagliani, Wilson, and Junqueira the top 6. Bruno hanging in there, although he struggled today, coming home in 13th position. He's in front of Servia, Rahal, Gomedi, Pagenaud, Dial, and Johnny. Thanks for being with us today in Portland. A reminder, the Champ Car World Series continues with round 5 of the 2007 season at Berg Lakefront Airport in Cleveland, Ohio, Sunday, June 24th. Check your local listings for our coverage. Don't forget tonight, the NBA Finals continue on ABC with Game 2. The San Antonio Spurs lead the Cleveland Cavaliers 1-0 in that best-of-7 series. Our coverage at 8:30 Eastern. Now, except on the West Coast, stay tuned for ABC's World News, or your local news over most of these ABC stations. Riyad Beekes, Cameron Steele, Bill Stevens, and Michelle Beisner. I'm Rick Benjamin. So long from the Great Northwest, where Sebastian Bourdais is the winner of the Mazda Champ Car Grand Prix of Portland. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. Thanks for watching ABC.
On ABC.